Hi, Mark here. It is Friday, September the 5th, 8 a.m. Eastern Time. That's noon GMT, start of the US session, and very much anticipating the employment data, which is going to be released in about 30 minutes. I do believe it'll be market moving. Um, the consensus is for 74,000 new jobs. Personally, I think the number will be higher than that, but whether it's higher or lower, let's see how the market reacts, how the market responds. Trade patiently, cautiously, stick to your rules, and give the market time to settle. Last month, by the way, was an alarmingly low number, and the market reacted accordingly. US dollar index going into today has been sold off so far during the Asian European session. I've got resistance at 97.82. I've got support at 97.49. If I zoom in on the hourly, there you can see there's the sell-off earlier. And in the last couple of hours, there's the bounce up off that support sitting now at 97.56. Buyers will be looking up at the 97.82 level, looking to test perhaps the 98 level. Sellers, on the other hand, will look down at this support area around 97.49 and look to test break below that support level. Let's have a look at the S&P. Bear in mind, we're looking at futures trading, the futures market. Wall Street opens up in an hour and a half. For now to start, certainly on the front foot as far as demand for equities in the S&P, a gap higher to start and went as high as 6,529. That's record levels, has come off since then, and support is at 6,513, and that's pretty much where the market stands right now. Again, I do believe waiting for the non-farm payroll data, and then Wall Street will open up and act on that data. Gold hanging around near yesterday's close. I've got support at 3,542, resistance at 3,560, hanging around in the middle of that range for now. Buyers, of course, will be looking up at this resistance level with the all-time record high in view. That's at 3,578. I do believe that'll take a weak US dollar to create the demand for gold. Support at 3,542. Sellers will look to test or break below that level, which could well depend on the direction given from the US dollar. But sitting in the middle of the range for now, going into the US session. Let's have a look at Brent oil. Continuing, third consecutive day, lower highs, you can see that. And again, retesting the support at 66.33. That's the level sellers will want to break below. Up at 67.03, I have resistance, and that's the level buyers will be looking to test or break above. If I zoom in on the hourly, you can see it was 3 hours ago, the big push lower. This area has been defended by buyers, and as I say, buyers will be looking up at this 67 level. Alternatively, if there's a push lower, it's the support at 66.33, which will be targeted. Bitcoin. Big sell-off yesterday, even though the uptrend's still intact. Buyers stepped in from the get-go this morning. 110.6 thousand, the support. I've got resistance at 113,000. That's the level buyers will be looking to test to break above. Alternatively, if there's a turnaround at this resistance area above 112,000, sellers will be looking to perhaps test below the 110,000. Good trading, keep that discipline, and I will see you at the end of day session.